Ratan Tata. He is one of Jamsetji's great-grandchildren, and he joined the Tata Group in 1962. His first major project came in 1971, and it was pretty difficult. Ratan was given charge of a struggling Tata company known as Nelco, which in the 1950s was India's biggest producer of radios, but just 20 years later it had fallen to a 3% market share. Ratan's focus was on technology and the future, so instead of trying to salvage the radio, he instead funded the development of new products, like satellite communications, which restored Nelco in the 1980s and made Ratan the apparent successor of JRD. Ratan claimed leadership of the Tata Group in 1991, right as a wave of economic liberalization swept across India. The socialists lost power and India finally joined the global capital market, but this presented a big threat to Tata. Up until now, it had operated in a very protected economy, which was suddenly open to competition from foreign companies. Worse yet, JRD had let Tata become extremely decentralized, so it would be very slow to adapt to new competitors. Ratan had no choice but to re-establish ownership over all the Tata subsidiaries, and that didn't come cheap. He sold 20% of Tata Sons, the holding company, and used that money to buy shares in the Tata subsidiaries, especially Tata Steel and Tata Motors. He then reorganized all 100 subsidiaries into 7 sectors, establishing a framework along which he could actually control them. But just wielding power isn't enough to turn around a struggling business, and in the 1990s pretty much every Tata company was losing ground to international competitors. Ratan's answer, however, was brilliant. He started acquiring foreign competitors and absorbing them into the Tata Group, effectively buying all their talent and supply chains and experience in order to strengthen his business back home in India, while also expanding internationally. Ratan's buying spree began in the year 2000, when his beverage company, Tata Tea, acquired the Tetley Company from Great Britain. Over the next decade, Ratan ended up acquiring hundreds of companies for pretty much every subsidiary in the Tata Group. Most notably, he purchased the European steel titan Chorus for $12 billion in 2007, and then Jaguar Land Rover for $2 billion in 2008. As you can imagine, the international buying spree has been paying dividends for Tata, and today the majority of their revenues actually come from outside of India. What's even more beautiful is that the majority of Tata subsidiaries are actually public companies, whose shares you can purchase on the stock market in India.